Hey, welcome to American Reversion. I'm Steve Smith. Excuse me, I got a frog in my throat. Don't want to be horse talking to you all the time. Welcome. Welcome to all the subscribers, all the new people, everybody over on Patreon as well. I have to say something here before I get started. I've got so much today, I'm going to have to do two. This one is just going to be about one issue, and then I'll come back afterwards and make one about, the news of the day and the craziness and the interesting things and all of that. But I have to say, for those of you who have followed me for a while over on integrative preparedness, and for you that haven't, I am fond of saying over there that I claim to have the smartest commenters in YouTube land. And I have always held to that because the quality of the comments are just exceptional. And I enjoy, as would you, excuse me, I'm sorry, if you read them, and I encourage you to do that. However, I have to say that over the last few videos here on American Reversion, if you all have not surpassed integrative preparedness, you are right at it. The information that's coming out from our commenters is just exceptional. You all are a smart bunch of folks. And that's what's so important, that a channel like this is not just me, talking about things and my opinions and sharing things, but the interaction and the additional information that can come from commenters. Now, one thing that I do ask is, if you get on here, be polite, treat people respectfully, be nice. There's no reason to call anybody names or imply that they're stupid or anything like that. Excuse me just a second. I'm going to have to clear my throat, and I don't want you all to have to hear about it. Well, I don't know if that's going to do it or not. It may be a sip from my Second Amendment mug. It must be allergy season, and I haven't taken an allergy pill, so we'll see how that does. But anyway, like I say, be nice, be courteous. If you do disagree with something that you see on here, please give a reason, okay, a source, whatever, because I've had to take some off just for that reason, that they come on and they kind of throw some stuff out at some other people without any support. It's not that I want to censor any particular point of, well, yeah, I will. I mean, if somebody comes in and just outlandish, I do. And try to make your comments, and this isn't directed at the vast majority of you, who I've already said are probably the smartest people on YouTube. But if someone cannot make me understand what they're saying in a comment, I may leave it up for comedic purposes, but I may take it down too, simply because it kind of throws a bunch of trash into the conversation. Okay, this one, the standalone one here, I want to extend somebody, don't remember who, pointed out when I was talking about how Snake Island, remember that great heroic Ukrainian standing up to the Russian warship by saying, "Go F yourself." It turned out to be a lie. And remember, I made that one yesterday. And somebody in the comments, I'm sorry, I don't remember who, mentioned something else, which took me to look some things up that I also had questions about. And I want to read you something from the National Pulse, thenationalpulse.com. And I've put the link to this article over on the Patreon channel. And I've put a bunch of stuff over on the Patreon channel, actually. Some of the reason for that is to give you the link so that you can read it yourself. And also you can share it with other people. It's one thing to say, well, I saw this guy on YouTube and he said such and such. And this way you have that information without hunting around for it yourself. And you can send it right out to him. And we do invite you. By the way, speaking of Patreon, thank you so much for everybody who is supporting us by becoming patrons over on Patreon. It helps so much, and it continues to grow. Any of you who are out there who want to support us and may not be on Patreon yet, the link is down here. Please join us. We'd love to have you and have you as a part of the conversation over there. It's just, pledge whatever you want. All you have to pledge is $1. We have people pledging more than that, but that's entirely up to you, and we thank you for everything. So, okay, I'm going to start it here. Remember, it says their headline is Debunked. Corporate media's top trending Ukraine stories turn out to be complete fakes. Okay, let's get into this, and this should be fun, right? I've already read it, so, and some of you may be familiar with some of these things. And it's not just the corporate media, it's the propaganda that comes out of our government and Western governments. Everybody in this thing's got an agenda, right? Everybody, I apologize, you have to hear me with my voice that I will take a pill before the next one, and maybe I'll try to manage to croak my way through this one. Okay, starts here. A number of popular stories chronicling Ukraine's resistance against Russia's ongoing invasion, including those promoted by U.S. congressmen, media outlets, and even conservatives online. That's right. I have heard so much on Fox. I don't watch the other ones for the most part. I have heard so much on there that it is total BS. Total BS. And Fox isn't the conservative outlet that it used to be, nor that some pretend it to be. But there are conservatives on there, and there is one in particular, Sean Hannity. Sean Hannity cranks out some stuff that is just totally off base, in my opinion. Okay, so they've turned out to be false despite garnering millions of shares and likes, and that's the way that they pass propaganda, right? And that's why we have to pass this on. Okay. The viral fake stories come amidst social media platforms rolling out robust fact-checking operations, often used to swiftly censor stories counter to establishment narratives or critical of the Democrat Party. These programs, however, have routinely failed to flag the following stories as false with the same tenacity. The first one, the Snake Island Martyrs. Yeah, I already covered that, so I don't think I have to go into that. Okay, the 13 Ukrainians the country's President Zelensky said died heroically. You know, I mean, statue worthy, right? The martyrs of Snake Island. He later promised to recognize each soldier with the title of Hero of Ukraine. You know, that comes with a little, I'm sure it comes with a little medal on a ribbon and stuff that their family can display above the fireplace for generations to come. Days later, however, the Ukraine Navy revealed that the guards had actually been taken captive by Russian occupiers and were all still alive. Shock, 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 shock. Okay. How about that Ghost of Kiev? Have you been following that guy? I haven't, because it just didn't ring right with me. And so, you know, the Ghost of Kiev. Okay, a video of a Ukrainian fighter pilot. Wasn't he supposed to have shot down like 7 Russian MiGs? Now, come on. I mean, there's good pilots out there, I know. But the Russians are also good pilots, and they got good stuff. And so here, anyway, the Ghost of Kiev. That everybody's all, yay, the Ghost of Kiev. A video of a Ukrainian fighter pilot dubbed the Ghost of Kiev showed a jet supposedly shooting down multiple Russian fighter jets, causing several casualties. Well, if there's multiple fighter jets shot down there. Okay. Social media users were quick to champion the pilot as a hero, despite the video actually tracing its origins to a video game. The video was created with the 2008 game Digital Combat Simulator and was first shared via YouTube. YouTube? You mean not everything you see on YouTube is true? Well, that's why I give you my sources. Okay. And double check them. I'm going to say right now, double check them. If you find out that anything that we say here is not true, and I mean not if somebody crackpot just thinks it's not true because they don't like it, but if you find evidence to the contrary, please share that evidence. Okay. Now I do allow links over on Patreon. Don't post them here on Don't post them on YouTube, but post them on Patreon, and then I'll look at them and we'll kind of see. I'm an old police investigator. I can, after I look at enough stuff, I have a pretty good idea what's what. And we'll do so. So, opinions to the contrary, that can't be true. That's not acceptable. If you know if you have evidence, please present it, and it will be considered. Because we don't have any desire here to pass on stuff that's not true. So back here, the video was created with the 2008 game, Digital Combat Simulator was first shared via YouTube, where the original poster acknowledged the footage was from a simulator. Representative Dan Crenshaw, with whom I am repeatedly disappointed. I know he was a SEAL, right? And so he's supposed to be inviolate. You're not supposed to call out any veteran, especially any special ops guy, as maybe not being exactly right and 100% and patriot and all that kind of stuff. Dan, you are such a disappointment to me, and I know some just exceptional, some outstanding special ops guys. You ain't one of them. So here's a tweet from Dan Crenshaw. He says, Snake Island says, go F yourself. Ghost of Kiev kills 5 Russian jets by himself. Woman passes out sunflower seeds to Russians so they'll, quote, grow flowers when they die. 25-year-old woman says she'll make Molotov cocktails this weekend. Ukrainians are fighters. Putin can go to hell. Well, tough talk, Dan. Too bad it ain't true. The fake farewell. A photo of 2 Ukrainian children sending off soldiers to fight Russians quickly went viral on social media, with posts on Twitter containing the image amassing tens of thousands of likes. Why can't I get tens of thousands of likes? Would you all help me with that? Would you at least like me? And, well, I hope you like me, but would you thumbs up me? And would you share this with your friends? That's what we want. We want to build this channel up. And that's how we do it, apparently. So anyway, they amassed tens of thousands of likes. Pro-war Representative Adam Kinzinger, who is so discredited that he can't even enter his own race for re-election this time, even shared the picture. In reality, the dramatic image actually traces its roots over a half a decade back to Ukraine in 2016 and has appeared in several news stories since then. And like I say, this is going to be up over on Patreon, where you can read everything yourself, see all the pictures, and send it to other people. And that's important. Send this around to people that you know. And more people need to know the lies that drum up these wars. Okay, number 4, it's an airsoft gun. The story of former Miss Grand Ukraine, Anastasia Lena, joining Ukraine's military to fight against Russia, also turned out to be false, despite amassing thousands of likes and shares across social media platforms. While the photo of Lena is from one of her recent Instagram posts, where she expressed support for Ukraine against Russian forces, the gun in the popular picture is actually an airsoft rifle. I guess, is that how they sound? I don't know. I've never shot an airsoft rifle, but that's how it sounds like they sound, right? That's pretty scary. Even conservative outlets like Breitbart News, peddled. I like Breitbart. I mean, there are others that I go to. Breitbart is not the Breitbart that it was when Breitbart was here, right? But it still has good stuff, but apparently they don't police themselves. Even conservative outlets like Breitbart News peddled the propaganda, which in turn led to Lena clarifying the lack of her military status, writing, "I am not a military, just a human," in a post 5 days later. And here's, let's see, I don't know if this is something I should read or not. Well, it's a tweet from somebody or another. It says, "Let me introduce you to Miss Ukraine, Anastasia Lena. Ukraine has 36,000 women serving in the military. The most women of any military. Hashtag Ukraine war. Hashtag Ukraine under attack. Hashtag why don't you all stop lying?" And she's holding, apparently, a Specna Arms Daniel Defense MK18 SA-C19 Core Airsoft Rifle in bronze. My gosh, that has enough qualifiers. You'd think it was real, wouldn't you? To satisfy the needs for all those tactifools who like to talk all about. Okay. Oh, clips of Ukrainian soldiers kissing their loved ones. Okay, I'm glad it said their loved ones. I just saw kissing. Clips of Ukrainian soldiers kissing. I was almost stopped there. Kissing their loved ones goodbye as they supposedly left to fight Russia also quickly went viral, except the footage, which has already garnered thousands of likes, comes from the 2017 film The War of Chimeras. I don't know how it's pronounced. Chimeras? One of you all tell me. The story of war, love, and death that was documented by the immediate participants of events. Off screen and later on it are the two, a boy and a girl. He volunteered for the front. She went to the place just after the battle, explains the plot summary. Of course, down here, we have this being spread by Nasser Sadeghi in their Twitter, and it says, "Damn war. Here is the capital of Ukraine. Scenes of anxiety. Farewell, love." Anonymous imposters. A video supposedly created by the notorious hacker group Anonymous threatened to launch massive cyber attacks and empty the bank accounts of Russian citizens who refused to protest Putin in a minute-long video circulating across social media platforms. On March 3rd, 2022, notice how I didn't say on 3 March. On March 3rd, the way that, most people talk, on March 3rd, 2022, all money will be debited. This is a quote from this apparently. All money will be debited from your bank accounts and transferred in favor of the armed forces of Ukraine, claimed a video voiceover appearing to attempt to try to get Russian citizens to withdraw funds for their bank accounts. Put a run on the Russian banks, right? Ukraine's Ministry of Digital Transformation, however, admitted that the video wasn't actually created by Anonymous. Here's from the Kiev Independent. I say Kiev because I'm an American. I am not a Ukrainian, who apparently say Kiev. That's fine. Okay. But it's like I don't say Paris or Deutschland. Okay. So the Kiev Independent issues on their official Twitter feed correction. Ukraine's Ministry of Digital Transformation said the video addressed by the anonymous hacker group that threatened to withdraw money from Russia's bank accounts if they don't protest Putin turned out to be a fake. Okay, I think that's enough. They finish off this, said the plethora of false stories in such a short period of time serves as a reminder about vigilance in reporting and fact-checking. The National Pulse is committed to reporting the truth 100% of the time, not just when it suits a political or geopolitical narrative. Isn't that refreshing? Well, that's what we try to do here. I thought you'd like to see that. And I'm stopping this right now as a standalone video. I'm going to come back in a couple of minutes and shoot one with multiple subjects that you will want to know about. So join me back here after this one. And thank you all for being here. And I'll just remind you to please like, please share, please subscribe. Make sure you're subscribed. Share it with your friends. If you would like to support us, the way to do it, there's a link down there to our Patreon page. Become a Patreon and be a part of this with us. So I will leave it there and remind you that America needs a reversion. It needs you to be a part of it. And part of that is knowing the truth and standing up against lies. You know, who was it that said, was it Mark Twain that said that a lie can make it halfway around the world before the truth gets its shoes on? I'm not sure it was Mark Twain, but it was one of those guys. Could have been Will Rogers. I don't know. But anyway, it's a good thought and it's the truth. So you all have a good day. I will see you on the next one. Bye-bye.